Hello and welcome to my channel StartLIfeOver. I'm pretty sure everyone knows concept of addiction. Addiction to drugs, addiction to alcohol, food addiction. Addiction causes a special process or triggers special process in our body called reward motivated behavior. You can find it as a reward circuit or reward pathway. I like reward motivated behavior. It's kind of very full explanatory and self-explanatory. Nowadays there are arguments. Is sugar addictive? I'm reviewing this question for some time already and I will explain later why. But I can tell you right away, I could not find any real evidence of some scientific research that would prove that sugar is addictive for human. And I would emphasize for human. There are some articles though, like this one, fairly fresh, when doctors arguing that still sugar is addictive and they say it may be even addictive as a cocaine. But again, I'm telling you what I found. So in internet I could not find any proof that sugar is addictive. Today I would like to give you a little bit theory about the process of reward motivated behavior, how it works, so you can understand it and see around us, observe it, and a couple of practical experience from my side, and then I leave it with you to make a choice or make a call. Is it really addictive or not? Let's get started. Reward motivated behavior is a process in our body. There are different reasons that could cause this process. Addictive substance one of them. Every time when we consume addictive substance, our brain releases specific organic chemical, neurotransmitter, called dopamine. Specifically, it's released in ventral tegmental area of our brain. As it states neurotransmitter, it sends signals. It sends signals to different areas of our brain, and I will give you a list just for your reference to understand what areas impacted. It is amygdala, that is responsible for our emotions. Nucleus accumbens, that is responsible for our motion functions. Prefrontal cortex, that is responsible for attention and for planning, for focusing. And hippocampus, responsible for formation of our memories. Every time when our body releases, our mind releases dopamine, our body becomes in the state of happiness and euphoria. Again, nowadays scientists find that dopamine itself doesn't cause it, but it triggers the process that causes our body feel happiness and euphoria. So whenever we release it, it starts the process of feels good and wonderful. And it would be great if it ends like this. But as I always said, our body is very lazy. And whenever you constantly consume something, our body gets used to it, and our homeostasis a little bit shifting. The same happened in here. When we consume time over time this addictive substance, our body gets used to it. And in order to have the same level of happiness, you need to get more. And that is why people seeking for more and more, desperately seeking sometimes for bigger dose, for larger dose, to get stronger signal and get again the same level of happiness. Actually level higher right now, but your feelings right now are a little bit less sensitive and you need more in order to get the same level of happiness that you had before. And therefore, we are constantly seeking for more and more and more. So this is actually how this process works. Again, neurotransmitter dopamine send the signals to different areas of our brain. We feel happy. Whenever it ends, we want to get more, we want to have it again. And with time, our sense becomes senseless a little bit, and we need more and more in order to get the same effect. Pretty simple. Now, a little bit about my practical observations. I personally had a little bit problem with sugar. When I start my new life, I would say life over, I refuse alcohol very quickly. And it was very surprising for me because I considered myself as a beer alcoholic. Like 10-15 years ago, it was norm for me to drink like 6-10 liters a week. Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, like 2-3 liters every day. It was norm. It was fine. I like beer. But I refuse alcohol very quickly. But the more challenges I have is with sugar. I was shocked and surprised, and this is exactly why I started research this question. When I said at the beginning of the video, why I started researching this, because I was surprised at how dependent I from sugar. How I like these bakeries, this sweet stuff. This was incredible. This is my personal experience. Now let me share with you observations around myself. Every time when I talk to people and explain what I'm doing, how I'm doing, and they see that I'm not advertising any pseudo-medicine or any alternative science, actually vice versa, I explain everything based on scientific research and approach, and they see that menus that I recommend contains everything: proteins, carbohydrates, fat, vitamins, calcium, magnesium, potassium, sodium, everything that our body needs. Because this is by science, our body needs some particular building blocks in order to build proteins and build hormones and all that we need. One of top 3 first questions after that: so you are recommending to refuse sugar? Honestly, no one cares about potato or white rice that very high in glycemic index. Everyone worries about sugar. And I see how difficult people get the idea of refusing sugar-based products. This is observation number 1. Observation number 2. I personally think that it takes to have very strong and big balls in order to stand up and say that sugar is addictive, and there is scientific proof for this. There is very simple reason for this. If sugar would be confirmed as addictive, sugar-based products need to, in best case, need to be moved to the special store, like liqueur, or like weeds in Canada, or tobacco. Can you imagine that it ever happened? That all these corporations and owners on the markets would anytime soon allow it? I personally don't believe in it. So this is world of consumption. And number 3, as any other addictive substances, alcohol or drugs, sugar has its own quality similar to them, which means that whenever you consume it more and more with time, you have obesity, ruined lives, and you have diabetes, eventually death. So if you look at this from that perspective, sugar has the same quality as other addictive substances. Now, I think that you have enough information and you understand how reward-motivated behavior works. I hope it is enough for you to make your own judgment and adjust your life for the better. Having said that, thank you for watching my channel. subscribe to my channel, send this video to your friends, send me your like or dislike, and until next time.